Hello, everyone, and welcome to this educational presentation where today I want to talk to you about the last chance, absolutely the last chance to get the PTR. This is our new Primo Trend Reversal trading tool. We're really excited about this because the live course is going to start in just a little over a week from now. And this is your last chance to get in with the early bird discount and be one of the first to start trading with the PTR. Now, let me share with you a few examples here. This is the way most people want to trade reversals. Many times you'll look for some type of a top, you'll sell, and then it continues to go higher. Here's what the PTR did. Generated a trend change signal right here, a reversal, and look what happened. The market fell 60 points in the next 4 days. Works the other way as well. Here's a weekly chart of ISRG. Okay, the market is going up. You figure it's a little bit overbought, so you decide maybe I'm going to sell. You decide to sell, and look what happens. 60 points because the PTR generated a sell signal right there. And right at the very lows of that 60-point drop, the PTR generated a trend reversal change to the upside, and it shot up 170 points. This was coming into the middle to end of July. And on that weekly bar chart, a trend change to the downside was generated. Now, all of this is quickly and easily identified on the PTS Primo charting platform. I developed this with ProTrader strategies that auto-identifies these trend reversals with one click. So welcome to this educational presentation. My name is Stephen Primo. I am the president and founder of Specialist Trading. And roughly about 15 years ago, I teamed up with ProTrader strategies with one goal in mind, and that was simply to educate traders around the world so that you could put the power back in your hands. I've been trading for 47 years now, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's that most traders give their power away. They love to have someone or something else tell them what to do. But if that works so well, then why do 85% of all traders fail? It's because basically it doesn't work. The only thing that I have found that makes someone a consistent trader is when they make their own trading decisions. So when I teamed up with ProTrader strategies, our goal was to provide students with many techniques, methods, and strategies that have stood the test of time, that have high levels of consistency so that you can be in charge of your own trading. And that's what we're doing with our PTR course. We're trying to give you one more tool to put in your trading toolbox to help you make your own trading decisions and to be able to become a consistent trader. And you'll see some of the examples today how it can really help you. Now, before we begin, we're required to share this with you, so please take a moment to view our disclaimer. I'm going to show you a lot of performance results using the new PTR tool, but please remember that we can in no way guarantee that any of the results I'm about to share with you will be repeated in the future. And also, please remember, since we are an educational company, all examples are strictly for educational purposes only. Now, if you haven't done so already, please feel free to follow us on Twitter or X. There's our handle right there, abbreviation for Specialist Trading. Also, we are live streaming this right now on YouTube. So if you rather watch us via YouTube and see many of our past recordings, please subscribe to us, hit the subscribe button, and we'll have a lot more of these available to you. So either through following us with X or Twitter or subscribing to YouTube. Lots of great free education on a weekly and daily basis. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to be talking about this brand new tool called the PTR. Let me give you some of the highlights of this particular indicator. It's our most dynamic new trading tool because it goes into areas that we've never really dealt with before. Usually we're all about following the trend. And even though the PTR still is including many trending categories in which it comes up with this calculation, it's really designed to identify these reversal bars. Now, it does this with very high degree of accuracy. Many of the examples I'll be sharing with you, it got it right to the very bottom of a trend reversal to the upside and right at the very top bar with a trend reversal to the downside. Now, not to say that every bar will do that, but the PTR has a very high degree of accuracy. And you can apply it to any market and any time frame. Even though the majority of examples I'll be sharing with you today are stocks, trust me, you can apply it to currency pairs, you can apply it to crypto, you can apply it to monthly bars. It makes no difference what market or what time frame. And then lastly, there are literally numerous of ways to apply and to trade the PTR, not just as a trend reversal tool, but as a way to help take your trading to the next level. And this will all be explained in detail within the course. Now, let me share with you some examples on how the PTR is actually applied. Let's look at this chart here in BIIB. Okay, this is why a lot of traders fail on top of that. As we look, we see that a lot of traders would say, well, listen, this has really come down a lot. That guy on TV says it's really oversold. So I'm going to jump in and pick up some shares here. Maybe we'll get a quick little bounce. So you jump in and buy, and guess what happens? It goes even lower. But now that guy in that chat room or that trading room that you follow or subscribe to says, now it's really come to buying levels. You've got to buy here. It hits some type of support. And now that's the area of where it's going to stop. So you jump in and you buy some more. And now you really are in trouble. So at this point, this is what most traders do. They'll sell everything for a major loss. If you had only waited for the PTR, right near or at the lows, the PTR generated a trend reversal signal telling you that the trend was going to reverse to the upside. And look what happened. It never looked back after that. In fact, it went up 40 points within the next couple of weeks. Here's another example in AMD. Once again, the stock has shot up like crazy. People will say, well, should we sell here? That guy on TV says it's a short now, and there's going to be some more bad news coming out. Maybe we should sell. And sure, it goes down for maybe 3 or 4 days, but then later on in the month, it's right back up making new highs. Here's the beauty of waiting for the PTR. The PTR needs all the requirements to be met in its proprietary formula in order for it to say that a trend change is about to happen. And so nothing was generated here until this point, right? At the highest bar, it said a trend change was coming to the downside. And look what happened, 65 points in the next 2 months. Here's an example in CDW. And this is how the PTR can work sometimes. We've been going up, obviously. At the very top, here's where the PTR generated a trend reversal and the market fell out of bed. Now, as you notice, it went down and then all the way back up, nearly back up higher than where the signal was generated. But look what happened after that. It was making new lows. All the time, the PTR was still saying the trend is lower. Until this time, right here in mid-July, the PTR said that a trend reversal was happening now to the upside, and look what happened, 23 points in the next week. All right, here's an example in CDNS. Should we have sold right here? Well, it went down for once again another week or so, but look what happened after that. That's why we advise our students that trade with the PTR to wait for the PTR to give them a setup. And right here, it said that a trend was about to happen to the downside, and it immediately fell 60 points. Now, here's another reason why traders usually fail with trend reversals. They'll use common things such as traditional support and resistance, trend line following, trend breakouts. And in this case, if you're using technical analysis trend trading, you would have seen that this short-term trend had been broken. So someone would say, well, now the trend has changed. We're most likely going to go up, right? So let's say you use that traditional way of finding out when the trend changed, and look what happened. See, this is why we don't subscribe to that traditional way of using technical analysis. We waited for the PTR, and at this point, that's when it generated a trend reversal buy signal. And look what happened after that. Straight up for 30 points coming into mid-July. Let's look at Dash, okay? The stock had been going higher. At this point, the PTR generated a sell signal or a trend reversal to the downside, 38 points coming into mid-July this past month. Now, a lot of students prior to signing up for the course have asked us, can you show PTR performance in other markets other than stocks? Okay, let's look at the Canadian dollar, all right? This is going back to mid-July. The market had been going lower. The PTR generated a trend reversal to the upside. You could have bought here and taken advantage of a quick 250 pips to the upside. That's basically about $2,500 on balance had you potentially taken that signal. You could have potentially captured. That's, I should say 2,500, 250 pips, $2,500 per unit, potentially. Here's an example in a 4-hour chart of the Japanese yen. As we can see, the market was headed higher, but right here at these top 2 bars, it generated 2 sell signals, meaning that it was stating that most likely a trend reversal was going to be happening very soon. And as you can see, it quickly fell 400 pips or $4,000 per unit. How about a 10-minute chart of the QQQs? Now we have 4 signals that were generated during the last 4 days here. This was at the end of July. Now, this sell signal, this buy signal, and this sell signal worked very well, but this buy signal did not. So this is what we mean when we say our tools and strategies are extremely consistent. Consistency means that not every signal and setup is going to be a winner. A lot of times you will have losses with these. That's okay, because a consistent method is one that's able to recoup those. Now, in the course, we'll teach you where to place your stops, different stop placement, different ways to protect yourself. Had you used one of the standard stop placements, you would have had a very minimal loss here, but you could have taken advantage of this trade, made it all back, and then taken advantage of this one and made it all back. Here's a monthly chart of IWM. That's the ETF that represents the Russell 2000. 2000 are the most prominent stocks in the market. So this is looking at a longer term approach, okay? Doesn't matter. The PTR, this was at the end of 2022, roughly about 2 years ago, generated a trend reversal to the upside. And the market has continued going up. This is a current chart coming into July of the Russell 2000 on a monthly time frame. So you could use this for long-term investing as well. Here's a chart of gold, GLD. That's the ETF that represents gold. And as you can see, in the next week, the stock fell out of bed, or the ETF fell out of bed. How about, let's see, SOL USD. Okay, Sultana, this is a crypto. Now, once again, it's one of the most popular cryptos. As we can see, we've got a lot of backing and filling going up, going down, going up, going down, back up. How could the PTR have helped us? Well, all we have to do is apply it. And we see here, once again, we have a number of signals. Some were better than others. For example, the first 2 sell signals worked out okay. The buy signal worked out. This is the only signal that didn't work out. So you would have had a minor loss. Had you taken this one again, well, once again, a nice setup, and then the buy setup. So this is once again what we mean by consistency. There will be some small losses every once in a while, but more than enough signals to recoup what you've lost. Another question our students have asked us is, Steve, can you apply the PTR to smaller time frames? Okay, well, let's look at a 15-minute chart of Tesla. This was at the end of July. As we see, the stock was going higher on a 15-minute time frame. Right here, towards the very top, on a 15-minute scale, a trend reversal to the downside was generated. And look what happened. 35-point drop in just 2 days. Remember, this is on a 15-minute chart. Here's another example of a 1-hour chart, this time in the Australian dollar. Now, as you can see, this buy signal was generated right here. It didn't do too well because it rolled over, went up a little, and then went straight down. The good news is a sell signal, meaning a trend reversal to the downside, was generated. So you could have taken advantage of both, and whatever you lost on the buy, you could have made back on the sell and potentially captured 220 pips or over $2,000 per unit, potentially. And a buy signal was generated right here near the lows. Here's a 10-minute chart of the spiders. This was on July 25th. Just in 1 day, you could have gone long based off the trend reversal, potentially captured 8 points. And then at the very highs, the PTR generated a trend reversal to the downside. Had you sold, you could have potentially captured 7 points. So 15 points potentially were there in 1 day of the S&P on a 10-minute time frame. That's the spiders. And we can go out to a longer-term time frame. We looked at a 15-minute chart of Tesla. Now let's look at a weekly chart of Tesla. Once again, kind of these backing and filling, straight up and down, choppy markets. Well, look at all the great setups and signals that were generated that you could have taken advantage of using the PTR. Now let's look at a weekly chart of the spiders. Okay, this is the ETF that represents the S&P 500 or the market. All right, obviously it's been going straight up. But one thing we want to mention on this weekly time frame is that if we look down on our charts, look at the date. This is January 2020, okay, 4 years ago. And we all remember what happened in 2020, the pandemic hit. But look what happened in January, a full 3 to 4 months in advance. The PTR generated a trend change to the downside, a trend reversal to the downside. And we all know what happened once the pandemic got underway. Now, when everyone thought the world was coming to an end, just 3 months later, look what the PTR did on the weekly time frame. Generated a trend reversal signal to the upside. And since that time, the market has gone straight up. So do you think the PTR could have helped you in all these different markets and all these different time frames? I think your answer is yes. Now, is there a way to filter out bad PTR signals? Well, there's no way to filter out all of bad signals in any strategy or in any system or setup, but there is a way to take out some, and we're going to go over that in the course. For example, here's a chart in Textron, TXT. As we see, the PTR generated 4 signals, a couple of buy signals to the upside and a couple of sells. Now, obviously, the sells did not work out. But using this advanced conservative method that we'll teach in the course, you would not have taken these at all and only taken these first 2 buy trend reversal setups. It works on this chart of UPS, all right? We had 2 PTR setups here. One was a buy, and this was rather anemic trend change to the upside. Nothing much happened. And then it was followed by a sell, and this one worked very well. But using this ultra-conservative technique that I'll teach you in the course, you would not have even gotten involved with the initial buy and only taken advantage of the sell. Lastly, here's a 10-minute chart of Microsoft. This was in mid-July, just about 3 weeks ago. Sell signal was generated right here. It bottoms out with a buy signal. Had a slight bounce, but then a sell set up to the downside. So you see, it makes no difference what market or what time frame. The PTR can be applied and can channel these trend changes all over the place. Now, all this and more will be covered in detail in the live PTR class, which is set to start very shortly. So let's review what we shared with you today. Some of the highlights of this new tool: it's our most dynamic new trading tool. Why? Because it's designed to identify reversal bars. And some of these bars happen on the exact highs and the exact lows. It has a very high degree of accuracy. As we just shared with you, you can apply to any market and any time frame. Makes no difference. You don't have to change anything because you trade multiple markets. You can still use the PTR no matter what time frame, no matter what market, no matter what direction. And lastly, there are numerous ways to apply and trade it. We will share with you in the course an aggressive way to trade it as well as a more conservative way to trade it. So, because of you taking time out of your day here to watch our last chance to get the PTR, we have a great attendee discount for all of you taking the time to be here today. We're going to give you a great discount on becoming a member, an introductory member to the new PTR course. This is the Primo Trend Reversal Tool. This is entirely new. You'll be one of the first to start trading with it. It's a non-traditional indicator-based trend reversal method that you can apply to any market or any time frame. As I said, it has a very high degree of consistency and accuracy. You can apply it to any market or time frame, and it's being able to be used as aggressively or conservatively. It makes no difference. You can also apply, one thing I didn't cover, to option timing. Now, we have a lot of option traders here. It will really help with your option timing because it's generating these trend changing signals at the very low. So therefore, many of the premiums will be at a much lower cost for you to get in with option trading. Now, everything you saw today was being displayed using the PTS Primo charting platform. I developed this with proprietary strategies, and it auto-identifies these trend reversals. So if you sign up in advance now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to throw in a full year free of the PTS Primo charting platform. This is just amazing in and of itself because there is so much offered on our platform besides the PTR. We're only touching the surface here, but things like our buy sell line indicator. This will tell you the overall trend of any market or time frame. A strength of trend feature that will help you trading with the PTR so that you can know when a trend is running out of steam or not. You can scan for the PTR setups on a nightly basis and other techniques and strategies we have on the platform as well. On top of that, you'll get automatic exit levels. This is just one of the different exiting techniques we teach you that is one click away on the platform. Now, if you're still not decided yet after seeing all these amazing examples, let me share with you what just recently happened. Here's a chart in NVIDIA. Now, this is going back the last couple of months. We see how the stock has kind of fallen out of bed. It started to head lower. At its high, roughly about 140 after the split, it's lost a good 50 points coming down to roughly 90, okay? So it's basically lost a third of its value. Here's the beauty of this. On our platform, if you had scanned through the PTR setups, you would have seen going all the way back to June, clicking on our platform here on the PTR, just clicking it on, you would have seen that there was actually a trend reversal sell signal issued towards the end of June. So if you were long NVIDIA, or some guy was telling you in a trading room to buy this stock, you would have said, well, I think I'll stay away and sit back until the trend reverses. Because look what happened. The stock basically fell from 130 all the way down to 90, a good 40, 45 points. Now, here's the best thing. A lot of students will say, well, how do I know where to get out? What if I bought puts? What if I had shorted this stock? Where do I get out? Once again, this is one of the things you will find only on the platform. This is just one of the exiting techniques. Click on the PTR, and you will see different exit levels, okay? If you were a type of trader that wanted to get in and out quickly, you could have taken your profits right here after a quick 15 points or so and clicked right at the very lows of that short-term low before it headed lower. If you wanted to use the other two exits, well, you still would have been profitable, taking much more profits. Let's say you had chose exit level number 3, and you would have exited right here, roughly about 95. Well, look what happened after that. The stock has gone up. This was taken this day, actually, or yesterday. And so that would have been a great way to exit. This is all done for you to help you with your trading and to help you make your own decisions. So if you're a reversal trader, take your trading to the next level with a new PTR. This is the Primo Trend Reversal Trading Tool. Okay, so let's break it down. We are going to start issuing this to new students. No one has ever traded with this before, other than me and some of our researchers at ProTrader Strategies and Specialist Trading. So let's break it down. The full cost of the PTR in the next few weeks after the course will go up to $49.95. That will be the regular PTR price. We're going to slash it down 10% down to $44.95. That's our pre-launch discount. But here's where the slash comes in place. Not just with saving $500. If you want to have a payment plan, what you can do is put down a very small percentage of that $44.95 as a deposit, and then establish a payment plan with ProTrader Strategies. You can still be up and running and still join me in the very first class that starts shortly. So 2 ways to purchase with this discount. Either get a 10% discount, $44.95, pay in full, or establish a payment plan. So for a small deposit, just a fraction of that $44.95, you can still be up and running and in the first class right away, okay? Either way you decide to go, you'll still get 12 months free of our platform. Either way you decide to take the great discount here. Be one of the first to trade with the PTR. The private class begins in roughly about a week, a little more than a week. You can join me along with a select other few of PTR course members, and it'll be a private class, and you can ask me any question you like. We'll go over a lot more ways to trade this, and we'll really go into detail on how to manage the trade with the PTR. Okay, here's how to take advantage. Contact ProTrader Strategies. They're my sister site, and they're in charge of all the discounts. They're also in charge of all the tech support with the platform. They can have you set up as early as today. All you have to do is contact ProTrader Strategies. I would highly recommend giving them a call at 310-598-6677. Trading consultants will be happy to take your order over the phone or talk to you more, give you a quote about a payment plan. Remember, they're there to work with you. They're very flexible, and they'll be very happy to give you a quote or to answer any question concerning the platform or tech support. Now, that link you see at the very bottom is the link that will take you to the info as well as sign up page if you'd like to do it on your own. It's not a live link, but we've just posted a live link in the chat box. So if you go to the little chat icon on your Zoom column there, click that open and you'll see a live link posted there. That will automatically open it up for you, okay? All right, we have some time to take some questions. So if anyone has any questions, just go to the question and answer box or the chat box, whatever you like, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Someone says, what day does the class start? Well, the class is set for the 23rd of August. That is actually a week from this Friday. So it's just a little bit further than a week away. And you still have time to join before we close the class up, because we don't want it to be that big. And this is literally your last chance, because with any course we've ever had, and especially with something so dynamic as this, we always get people at the last minute saying, okay, I want to do it. I want to do it after all, a day in advance, and it's kind of too late. So I really have to take advantage of it as quickly as you can, or else the class will be closed and you won't be one of the first to be trading with it, okay? Someone is asking, how long are the classes? Are they multiple classes? Well, it looks like it's only going to be one class, but it'll probably be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours long, okay? So we're going to have it on Friday, most likely around this same time, around 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 Pacific time. And it'll be roughly last about 2 hours. We'll keep it to a small amount of students. That way you can ask your questions and we won't have to go through hundreds and hundreds of questions. We'll keep it to a minimum amount so that we can really focus on how to trade with it. But the class usually will last anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, okay? 2 hours on average, all right? And someone said, will it be recorded if I can't make it? Yes, we record all of our courses, all of our classes. If you can't make it, you will be able to get a recording of it and study it at your own leisure, okay? Yeah, so if you can't make it, you can still ask me questions. You'll get my personal email. All students of mine get my personal email, and you'll be able to contact me whenever you like. Let's say the class is on Friday, you can't make it, and you get home from work Friday night, you can still email me. I'll answer the questions, going over the information with you, or over the weekend, or even during the market. Makes no difference. So whenever you have a question or something doesn't make sense, you can always contact me, okay? So that's included with the course. And remember, you're getting a full year free of the platform. We didn't have time to go over all of the different studies and techniques and methods included in the platform. But these are all things I've, accumulated in over 4 decades, close to 5 decades of trading, things you won't find anywhere else other than on the PTS Primo charting platform. So that's all included. It's going to be yours free for a year, along with a great PTR tool, okay? So this is a great way to really take your trading up to the next level. Invest in yourself. Take time to watch this video over again. But if you're really serious about this, don't waste too much time. Contact Pro Trader Strategies, 310-598-6677, and ask about becoming a student with the discount or with a payment plan, and they'll be happy to set you up, okay? Okay, if there are no further questions, let's take one last look at our disclaimer. And I just want to say thank you so much for attending, for taking time out of your Wednesday. Remember, this truly was your last chance to become a student, because after that, it's most likely going to be closed, or else they're going to take the price. Pro Trader Strategies will take the price up probably over $5,000. So take advantage of this if you're truly sincere about taking your trading to the next level. And thank you so much for joining us. I wish you all the best of luck, but I look so forward to seeing you in the private class, the PTR class, next week. Thank you so much. Have a great trading day, and hope to see you in the class. Bye-bye.